to my live. So what is going on with everybody? Let's see. Who's here for? Hope everybody is doing good today. Listen, I know it's an early morning, right? Okay, so today we're doing live, but we're going to do we're going to have a little bit of gossip live. It should be really, really fun. It should be really, really fun. Let's see who is in the live. 1 second. I'm trying to get the chat screen so I can see. I can't see. Hey, what's up, Sabrina? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning, Sabrina. How are you doing? Who's here today? Let's see. How can I get the chat? I literally came on live on my phone, but I can't see the chat. So we'll see. Okay, hey. Hey, Sabrina. Okay, can you guys see me? I don't know if I can see you guys. Anyway, what is going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to a Tuesday morning thing. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see you guys. Okay, so who's at work? I just saw, oh, here we go. Hey, Sabrina. Yay. Okay, you're at work. You needed this drink. Yo, how's work going? Yeah, I know work. Yeah. Okay, so we need to talk about a few things. First of all, I'm going to do a video about Charlamagne the God and about Charlamagne the God and how do I see the chat? Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm going to do something about Charlamagne the God and Kwame Brown because, you know, at first I thought it was just petty beef and Charlamagne apologized to him, but then I thought about it. The way he apologized to him, he was still doxing him. And it's actually going into like that whole free thinking black First Amendment, the way Jamil Hill got on it, the way Charlamagne got involved. I was like, okay, this deserves a whole video. But do y'all remember Caroline Manzo from The Real Housewives of New Jersey? Y'all, why did she... So Dina, you remember Dina, right? I think Dina left after season 1 or season 2, right? Dina was like the really pretty one in the family. Dina left her husband, who is Caroline's husband's brother, right? She left her husband and eventually she started dating another guy. Fine, no big deal. When she started dating him, that became her boyfriend and then her fiance. I think they're married. They actually suffered a very horrific home invasion where they were both beaten, both almost, right? But they escaped, thank goodness, and they moved all the way to the West Coast because of that. However, the feds started investigating it, and they literally traced it back to her ex-husband, who was Caroline's brother-in-law. This isn't even Caroline's blood. This is Caroline's husband's brother. They traced it all the way back to Caroline's brother-in-law, Dina's ex-husband, that actually hired somebody to go in there and beat her up and almost both of them because he was mad that Dina left him. Yes, it's in the federal court papers filings. On top of that, right? On top of that, guys, Caroline wrote a letter of support of the ex-husband that tried to get her sister. She wrote a letter of support to the court so they could think about it when they were sentencing him, so they would give him a more lenient sentence. Yeah, she did that BS, right? Caroline, which I find is so weird, who's always talking about family, family, family. The fact that you did this, right? The feds were watching them, of course. And also, you know how they found out? The hitman that he paid to go in and do that stuff, one of the ways he paid them, yeah, Almond Joy, that's what I said. One of the ways he paid them You know that brownstone that they do the wedding? They are literally the Sopranos. They are mobbed down, which is where the Caroline was always talking trash about Teresa. Because it's like, Caroline, allegedly, your whole family is the mob, right? So apparently the brownstone where they had, you don't remember Real Housewives in New Jersey, where they had a lot of weddings and stuff. They paid the hitman by giving them a very, very reduced rate, I think, on his daughter's wedding. What's up, Leslie? How you doing, mama? By giving him a very, very reduced rate on his daughter's wedding. Yeah, that's what went down. That's how it was done. It's a shame and a scandal. But Caroline really wrote a letter to the prosecutor for the man that literally broke in, brutally assaulted. What's up, Latasha? How you doing? For the man that broke in, brutally assaulted, and allegedly was hired to her own sister. Yo, Caroline is really, really weird with that. Even to the way, I don't even think the Manzos are actually Italian. What's up, Morgan D? Hey, Nikki, what's going on? Yeah, what's up, everybody? I don't even think that Caroline and them are actually Italian. I think they might be like Hungarian or Eastern European or some stuff like Marge is. That's why they all have like those big eyes. I know that Caroline says they're Northern Italian, but I don't even know if they're actually Northern Italian. Also, hold on. There's also some stuff I wanted to talk to you. Hey, let's see. Yeah, she supported him after he was accused of attacking her sister, Dina Manzo. Yeah, and she wrote a letter to the jail praising brother-in-law as kind and caring. Yo, I don't know what sick-rooted things that Dina has. Let me pull them up so you can see them. Let me pull them up so y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm going to probably do like a little thing. Videos. What videos? Hold on. Caroline writes letter to. Where Caroline writes letter to brother in support. Here we go. This is them, if y'all can see. So that's the brother-in-law, Dina's ex-husband. That is Dina. This is Dina right here. And this is Caroline. Yo, she got brutally assaulted. What's up, little baby? How are you doing? Dina got brutally assaulted. It was a mess. And she wrote that in support, said he was kind and caring. I just fail to see that is also right. The assistant prosecutor attempted to convince the judge that Tommy was an obsessed ex-husband, which he is, who had reportedly stalked his former spouse before allegedly breaking into her and Dave Holmdale's duplex and attacking the two of them, along with his accomplice, James Maniello. Now, the prosecutor's saying that he was actually on site and actually assaulted Dina. He's saying it wasn't, but it's all agreed that he paid somebody, right? And they said this is what happens when you F with guys from Patterson, allegedly told the couple amid the beatdown. They had baseball bats and poor Dina. You know, they attacked her with baseball bats and 2 steel rings. Dina was actually in the hospital over this. They really did try to really end both of them. It's actually pretty serious. It's not like it was an argument that got out of control over shoving match. They were in, oh, thank you, Leslie. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. They were really, really in the hospital. They literally fled all the way to the West Coast away from, and Caroline wrote a letter of support. I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine. And because of them, he actually got out on bail and bond, right? So because of that letter of support, they actually did, so he was in jail because of that, because the prosecutor was like, yo, he's a threat. He's obsessed. He is obsessed with Dina. He's obsessed. He's this and that. They wanted him to stay in jail. Oh my God. What's up, Reggie? Good morning, sunshine. Reggie, I just did the Gemini tarot reading. And I have a reaction for the New Jersey Potomac. Thank you, Reggie. Wait, who was that? I missed a comment. Yeah, Dina's situation, disappointed. Listen, Reggie, we're talking about Caroline. Can I pin this to the top? No, I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about Dina, and the way that she is, Dina, and the way Caroline screwed her over, right? Yes, I did a reaction video for the trailer for The Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm actually going to post it as soon as this live is up. So yeah, I did see it. What's up, Rim? How are you doing, Rim? Good to see you. Good to see you. So I will say that, like, so anyway, with the Caroline thing, Reggie, Rim, let me catch you guys up. Caroline, Dina, you remember Dina from Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 1 and 2. Her and Caroline fell out, right? Dina was married to, hey, thank you, Rim, #1 fan. Dina was married to Caroline. So Caroline and Dina were both married to brothers Manzos. Allegedly, they have heavy mob ties, right? I'm just catching everybody up, everyone. They have heavy mob ties. However, Dina left him because he was being abusive. Caroline started going against her. He turned into like this psycho, allegedly, and was stalking her. He literally paid somebody to go in with baseball bats and steel rings and beat her and her then boyfriend up. It was really bad. Dina wound up in the hospital. They were both hurt for a while. They had to they fled to California. The DA in Jersey, because allegedly his mob ties, tried to get them to go down, right? But what happened? It didn't. They tried to get them to go down. They did an investigation. He was actually arrested because he paid the hitman by giving him a reduced rate for the wedding at the brownstone. This is so Jersey crime family allegedly stuff, right? Yeah, the wedding special, Zoe, you remember, right? So anyway, Carol wrote a letter of support for the man that almost hit her sister, saying he was kind and caring. And because of that letter of support, he was supposed to stay in jail until the court date for what happened to Dina. They actually released him on bail because of the letter of support with Caroline. Also, it's Jersey, and you know what they say about, you know. But anyway, Reggie, I got the Gemini video up for you, and Rim, we're gonna have a Virgo video up for you too. That's all going up today. Happy birthday. And I'm also gonna do a few tarot readings to see what's going on with the Real Housewives of Potomac cast, because I do have the reaction trailer and it's crazy. But let's also talk about, you know I have to. Let's talk about Porsha and Simon. Y'all, hey, you guys, there's 22 people in this room and I only have 10 likes. Hit the like button. It's not going to cost you anything. It's only going to help my algorithm move up. Don't y'all want to see me like more often? I'm just saying. So anyway, Porsha and Simon, they were in the club this weekend tossing up napkins. Now, I see now they're trying to get the public sentiment going again because they need that for Bravo so they can act, and the Manzos will vehemently deny any mob. Yes, little baby, family. They are so deep and so dirty. That's why I was always surprised that they were talking trash about Teresa, because it's like Joe was like forging loan certificates. Y'all are really putting people in the Potomac, well, not the Potomac, but putting people in the Hudson. Hey, Rian, what's up? Putting people in the Hudson River, allegedly, right? But let's get back to this mess, right? So yeah. Oh, thank you, Morgan D. I appreciate that. So all I'm saying is that, yeah. So let's talk about Simon and Porsha. Y'all, are y'all sick of talking about Simon and Porsha? I'm doing the same. Are you guys sick of talking about Simon and Porsha, or are y'all still interested in it? Because they're doing their best to get everybody's attention. They were in the club throwing napkins. Yeah, Porsha is another level of disrespect. The fits do not sit right with me. Jalen, I completely agree with you, but they were in the club throwing napkins, and it really reminded me of, like, one, don't get me wrong, like, being in the club is fun. There's no age for being in the club. I'm not going to be ageist. You do what you do. But there was something where it's just like, oh, thank you, Morgan D. I appreciate that. I thought you meant, like, fire. I'm like, oh, thank you. I did put on blush this morning. Thank you. Yo, I'm getting more videos out. I'm going to try to find something that you guys, right? So the significance, Latasha's like, what is the significance of throwing napkins? Sabrina, I agree. Simon does want to be famous. Yo, I love Latasha. She was like, what is the significance? The significance in throwing napkins is because of that. And I'm being honest with you, right? Okay, I am C Brown. Because of the pandemic, money is looked at as very unsanitary, right? It really is. So to be throwing dollar bills or making it rain in the club, they've temporarily outlawed that in Georgia. I know, it's crazy. So what they do now to make it go is to throw napkins. The only thing is, one, when you look at the video, I'm going to do a video about this. When you look at the video, the club's empty. So first of all, you guys are losers, because who is like filming yourselves tossing it up in a club. 2, Porsha is sucking in her stomach to save her life. I don't care what y'all say. That girl is 2 or 3 months pregnant. She is sucking in her stomach. You can even see her when she's like, right? She's sucking in her stomach to save her life, right? 3, they're throwing napkins because... Yes, exactly. Michelle, what's up, Alexandra? Good morning, darling. Listen, Mitchie, I agree with you. The napkins seem so tight. That's what makes them look like losers, because I know they're like, listen, you can't throw dollars, you can go throw napkins, but it seems so stupid and so low budget. And also to the fact that you guys are in a club by yourself, like, hey, and then you hear Porsha. Simon does not like Porsha. I analyzed the hell out of that. You hear Porsha in the back being like, babe, trying to get Simon's attention. Simon's busy tossing it up with a cigar. Simon wants to be famous. He wants to be somebody so bad. He is just, he's so cringeworthy, right? Yeah, and the picture of them look awkward. Somebody says it looks like what it looks like when you run into one of your uncles at the club and they're just like, take a picture, and you're like, okay, Uncle Sam, you know? It's like, it's your uncle, you show them love, but at the same time, the distance between y'all, it's like, no, this is my family. I'm not gonna be snuggled up to my uncle, right? But, right, he's using her for fame, but here's the thing. Porsha's fine to be used for fame. She knows that's her calling card. If you think about it, every guy except for her, Todd, has used her for fame. She does that to lure people in. It's something about when it's famous women, right? The same way women want to be around men for fame, same way rich men will want to be around women for fame. You can tell she was pregnant in a reunion. That's why they did that botched photo edit in the New York street. Exactly. When she turned to the side, it's like Porsha. And that's the thing when you are pregnant, right? Simon will suck away Porsha's fame. He's going to come out of the situation unscathed. So you know the funny thing about that little baby? I was on Twitter and some dum-dum was like, yo, you know, her ring was like 1.25 million. She secured the bag. And I was literally like, yo, you young girls really need a masterclass in securing bag. Let's think about what happened with Porsha so far. You've literally alienated half of your fan base. You've literally exposed yourself as person not God. You officially became the Kim Kardashian of the Atlanta. Kim Kardashian is famous, but Sierra doesn't have her around her man. Kelly Rowland doesn't have, Lala doesn't have her around her man. Everybody knows the way the Kardashians roll, and everybody knows you cannot trust the Kardashians with your man, right? Everybody knows that. However, right? You guys, there's 19 likes and 33 people in this room. Hit the like button, you guys. Help get this live out there so they'll advertise it to new people. Everybody knows that you can't trust another man. You now know that you cannot trust Porsha around your man. She's that low down. She'll do anything to make it come up. If your man even has $1, right? Yeah, listen, that's nothing for someone as rich as him. He's tight with his coins. Once Simon is recognized without her, he'll be moving on. Yeah, but that's the thing where Porsha thinks that she's actually gaming him. Even the way some girl was like, she secured this $1.25 million ring. Let me tell y'all something about laws in Georgia and all of America. When you are married to get engaged, thank you, Morgan. When you are engaged to be married, that engagement ring is a contract. It is a promise that there will be a marriage. If you never get married, right? No, getting married isn't securing the bag. Of course, Latasha, right? No, but here's the thing. That ring, before you get married, if the marriage is broken up, you have to give back that ring unless it's provided in the prenup. A lot of people think that, and sometimes the guy might be nice and let you keep the ring, but I bet you anything, if we find out what happened with Phelan, I bet you anything, Simon, because he is tight with his money. That's how most people that are millionaires like that, like uber wealthy, they get that word by being tight, right? What's up, Love Diva? I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. So listen, they're super tight. But you know, under Georgia law, and even in the US, if a marriage does not happen, right? You got to give that ring back. So that ring is loaner. A lot of times if the divorce happens, unless it's in the prenup, you got to give the ring back. The ring is nothing but the guy to trade in unless he's being nice. And we know Simon, right? Yeah, you have to give it back if the engagement's broken up, but also in the divorce. It was given for a marriage. If the marriage dissolves, you must give back that ring. A lot of times people negotiate in their divorce settlements keeping the ring, but the man has the right to take the ring. Yeah, IMC Brown, they said that wasn't Phelan's ring. I don't know. I can see Simon doing something that petty because we know. So let's see what Porsha touched. She has a ring that we can say is on loan, right? Right? She has a ring. She has alienated her base. She is person non grata. Her name is shit right now. Now, here's the thing. Simon's got what he's wanted. Everybody now at least knows Simon's name. I now know how to even spell Simon's name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know how to spell it, which is a lot more than I knew 2 weeks ago. His fame is rising. Everybody in Atlanta now knows he is rich, whether he pulls up in his Lamborghini or whether he just walks out, right? And maybe even in New York too. The thing, what's up, Meg? How are you doing? What's up, Meg Har? But the thing is with that, that's so crazy. Porsha has gotten nothing out of it. It's like what Claudia sort of said. When you make Hail Marys like this, you got to make sure that they actually work. Right now, I'm actually really worried. Like, we don't know if the wedding's going to happen. And even if the wedding's happening, you saw from the tarot reading I got, it looks like it's just not going to be good energy. It looks like it's just not really going to work. I don't know. For everybody to think that Porsha made a come up, to me, Porsha took a big hit. Now, if you are in love with someone and you just want to be with them, that hit, you're just like, I don't care. Everybody can talk. What's up, Marianne? How are you? You're just like, yo, I don't care. Everybody can talk, right? But the fact of you have gotten nothing out of it yet, except for your name being dragged through the mud and in the club with your boo throwing napkins. And the thing is with Porsha, this is where Porsha always miscalculates. Yeah, it's a receipt for disaster. I agree, Leslie, right? And here's the thing, KT. I don't think the relationship's fake. I think Porsha thinks she's gaming Simon. Simon is a Gemini, and everybody knows that when a Gemini wants to be crafty, right? When a Gemini wants to be crafty, they can do whatever they want. Simon has Porsha thinking that he's a little bit naive, he's a little bit gullible. The same way he treated the other girl, right? I'm just a sucker for love. I just believe in the best people. I'm a little gullible. I'm a little bit naive. Oh, please, 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 somebody save me. That's the game that Simon's playing, right? I just noticed I don't have any earrings in. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I hear my mom's voice in my head. My mom is always telling me to put earrings on. And now whenever I look at myself with no earrings, I'm like, shit, let me put these damn earrings on. Sorry, y'all. You see how these generational curses... You see these generational curses that have my mind in a chokehold? Anyway, Simon is like, I got like my little 99-cent pack from the Chinese store. Oh, that's not right. The Asian beauty supply, right? But you see, I got my little 99-cent pack of earrings. So anyway, I took them. I'm in Spain right now, and I took them from America because they don't sell this type of stuff over here, and not for 99 cents. But like I was saying, the napkin thing was so childish, but it also showed the level of desperation both these people are on. Simon's life is making it rain, right? His life is making it rain. So when you take out that ability, you're doing it with napkins. Porsha's like, babe, 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 right? Oh, thanks, Leslie. Porsha's like, babe, babe, babe. He's completely ignoring her, and they're in an empty club, just tossing it out. These people are legends in their own minds. They have bought into their own hype. I think Porsha made a really big miscalculation with this. I mean, really big miscalculation, because honestly, it's like Funky and Geneva pointed out. Porsha is self-made. She built up her own money. She has this nation. She has a platform. She's doing this. She's doing that. Love her or hate her, this girl's doing her thing. The fact that once you are making millions, right? Hey, what's up, Mr. Brown Royal? Is that napkin life, right? Is that napkin right? Y'all follow Mr. Brown Royal on Twitter. He's one of my earliest people that encouraged me to actually get in the game. Mr. Brown Royal, I have tarot readings going up today, and he's always been so encouraging, and his feed's actually really funny. He's the one that bought the Kwame and Charlemagne the God stuff to me. Mr. Brown Royal, I'm actually making a video about that, but mine is going more in depth because Kwame brought up a lot of good points about what's going on with racism, cat's paws, systematic. It's going to be like a more in-depth video, right? But I will say those napkins were just pathetic. Porsha made a huge miscalculation with that, like a huge miscalculation, right? Oh, thank you, Mr. Brown Royale. You guys follow Mr. Brown Royale on Twitter. He has such a good feed, and he always gets the mess to his account first, right? He was going in on the people, but he had a good point about what he was going in. The way Charlamagne jumped in. There is this thing. Here's the thing. You look at somebody like Candace Owens. Candace Owens is despicable. Candace Owens is my definition of a race traitor. She really is, right? However, so is Representative Jim Clyburn. So is everybody else that sells our people's interests out to the Democrats. The thing is with Candace Owens, like most Geminis, like Azalea Banks, right? She's on her bullshit, but she's not wrong. She's saying it for the wrong reasons, because it's kind of like, all right, well, Candace, I see what you're saying. The Democrats, right? Charlamagne the goddess, right? Listen, I see that the Democrats aren't shit, but I'm not going to the Republicans because what are you talking about, right? But she has a point, and Kwame has a point, and the way that as a media, when you want to rise to a certain level in media in America, they don't let people that really are down for the people. They let people that are fine to keep us kind of like distracted. And I say that as the fact that I'm on here talking mess to you, but when it really comes down to stuff, I actually get out there, and if I have something to say, it's like, let me move this conversation further, right? But they tend to elevate people that keep us distracted, keep us almost like in the matrix. Just when we, it's kind of like the way, for instance, Andrew Yang, he's the first Asian to run for mayor of New York. I don't know if he's going to win or not. He's been doing media press tours on everything. When people get on the Breakfast Club, when people get on all these platforms that are like media platforms that are catering to the Black community, that are supported, right, by the big mega conglomerates. What did they ask Hillary Clinton when she was on the Breakfast Club? What's her favorite brand of hot sauce? You're asking the president. What did they ask Andrew Yang? What's your favorite Jay-Z song? It's like they distract us with like, oh my God, culturally they see us, but it's like, no. Where are you going to start investing in the community? And someone like Charlamagne, and it's disturbing, Charlamagne, T.I., all these people allegedly that have all these things going against them when it comes to treating Black women disposable. You look at T.I., right? You look at T.I. Wasn't he one of the main people that the Democratic Party sourced to help get the vote up in Georgia? Right? It's almost like it's like new slaves, and our politicians and the people that are approved are kind of like our overseers. And as long as they can deliver our vote to them, right? They shouldn't be in politics, right? But some of them, right? But it's almost like those days of the Harry Belafontes are over, right? But it's the fact that the T.I., for all these things that were going around Georgia, they sourced them because the Democrats didn't care. They were like, yeah, it's almost to me the way they look at like, yeah, they're just animals. That's what they do to each other. But can you deliver the vote? Do whatever you want on your plantation. Just make sure you deliver us a vote. Just like Charlemagne, everybody was so happy, and I'm talking about the powers to be, to ignore what type of thing he did because he can keep us kind of like in a state of checking and jiving and not paying attention. Now, let me get this straight. Some of the stuff Kwame Brown was saying, I was like, all right, ninja, roll it back, right? However, there were points made, and I actually want to make a more in-depth video with his response. Even the way he said Charlemagne's still trying to dox you. When you came and said this stuff, right? You said it because that get along gang, which is what he calls them, these are the people that are acceptable voices in the media, right? That the mainstream media will let represent the Black community. And if you notice, those voices are never calling for anything truly revolutionary. They're calling for us to just calm down and kind of play our place, right? When the get along game was dunking on him, saying he was violent, saying this, saying that, right? Charlamagne came out and tried to act like he was helping him, but was really putting in that final death blow because they thought he had it. The only thing is with Kwame Brown, right? They didn't count on, and this is the beauty of YouTube. This is the beauty of Twitter. This is the beauty. I know it can be a very dark place, but it can also be something that has so much power for good. Because how did Kwame get his story out? He got on his YouTube. 10 years ago, he couldn't have done that on YouTube, right? 10 years ago, he couldn't have got on Twitter and got a story out. The thing is, it's like, that's why they're always trying to close up loopholes. And while they're trying to raise people up from these mainstream sources to kind of be the voice of authority, that's true, but the game is changing. Without YouTube, what Charlamagne was doing and the Get Along Gang would have actually worked. So it's just really, really interesting. I'm going to do something like more in depth. We got Porsha and Simon, right? What else is going on in the world? There was something else going on that I wanted to actually talk about. There was, oh, did you guys? Yes, exactly, little baby. YouTube provided thing. And that's the thing you can say about YouTube, right? The algorithm can push you down. It's just like Twitter. But as long as you're not cursing or saying anything crazy, if people are looking at you, they can find your truth, right? Hey, what's up, Star Child? How you doing, Mama? Thank you for joining. They can find you guys. There are 51 people in the chat, and I only got 27 likes. Get these likes up. Hit the like button. Come on. What have y'all got to lose? But Charlamagne was being nice, nasty, but I look at it even more every single time. And I hate to say it because I can't stand Candace Owens and I can't stand Kanye West. However, the part that they were saying about the way the Democrats actually treat the Black community, I completely agree with them. I completely agree with them. That's all I agree with them about. I'm not saying I'm going to go be a Republican, but I believe that the powers that be really do treat our community very, very bad. And we are being systematically, not even brainwashed, but numbed, right? It's almost like a big con that we have, right? Pandering, exactly. But it's almost a big con the way we even try to push for social. Yeah, that's great, but fuck that. I want financial because that's the only real change I see, right? True, she isn't. You know what? Let me stop about Candace Owens and Kanye because I don't want to make it seem like I'm defending them. But I am saying that she is a troll and she does hate herself and she does hate the Black community. True. But it's kind of like Kwame said, sometimes you got to learn to like chew the meat and spit out the fat, right? Because all those things aside, what she was saying about the white liberal media and how they treat the Black community, I don't think she was wrong. Yo, did you hear about Snoop's daughter? This is actually really tragic. She's over 18, but I don't really want to talk about it. The pain she feels for her complexion and the fact that she literally tried to hurt herself permanently. I don't want to say the S word, but she tried to do that permanently because of the shame she feels for her skin and not being attractive. Oh, what's up, Rim? Thank you. Yes, Rim, I am going to do more travel blogs. I'm in the process of actually getting those out. I am going to do more travel. What's up, Jackie? How you doing? Thank you so much, Rim. I appreciate the support. Yeah. And also to the fact of her father abandoning her. Yeah, they do ever say the answer because all they do is point out the bad. Yeah, I agree with you, Sabrina. That is the issue, right? That is the actual it, right? Yeah, you know what though? She's gorgeous inside and out, but like sometimes we need to have a conversation about, right? I appreciate her speaking about her struggles too, but sometimes we have to have a conversation about like, it's Snoop and her mom, right? She's beautiful and she's worthy without a doubt. But I look at Snoop and her mom and I'm like, why did you allow her to grow up in an environment that she actually internalized those thoughts? Now, I know everybody can say she hangs out in Hollywood and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But like, honestly, when you have that much money, I would literally put you in an environment where you are celebrated for who you are and when you are nourished and when you are respected, right? And I know that people probably didn't know the depths, right? Yeah, she went to her grandmother, not her mother. But you know what, though? That's the funny thing about Snoop. There's a lot of guys from the 90s with rap that came up that's actually low-key, super mentally and verbally and disrespectful to women. And the darker your skin are and the more you are, the more they identify you as Black, the worse they are off for you. And now we're starting to see, like the roosters come home to nest, right? And it's sad that it's happened, but it's like, what do you think the obvious conclusion is? Every girl, right, that Snoop's ever had in his video, except lately in the last 2 years, because he's on that Black Lives Matter stuff, has been looking like she's Brazilian, right? Looking like she's Latina. Looking like the way he treats women, the way he treated his wife. Now, I know, right? I don't know. That's the thing. Snoop's not going broke. It's the fact that, and this goes into my whole thing about, Meg just said that like they got her a Toyota Camry. Snoop's not going broke. There is something that is in collectively, I think, because I'm going to speak, I'm Black. There is something collectively in our culture that, exactly, his boys don't date Black women, but yet they're so surprised that his daughter didn't grow up. That's like everybody, my dad, my brothers, everybody they're around, all their music videos tell me that the only type of beauty is girls that look like Naomi Campbell. That's it. And they make jokes, they do this, they do about girls that look like me, and then we'll grow up and be like, but why don't you think you're beautiful, Tisa? Why? Because you guys don't like people that look like me, you know? Yeah, Snoop portraying himself as a pimp, but I don't think that that was a portrayal. But back to Meg's point, as far as Snoop going broke, he's not going broke. But this goes back into my Candace argument. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac in a second. This goes back to my Candace argument, right? That honestly, we as Black people need to learn how to treat nearly, yes, you understand, right? It's like when everybody in life is telling you, you are not the standard. You will never be the standard. How do you grow up proud of yourself, right? Yeah. Well, when I say, I don't mean he actually had people in the corner. I mean, as far as the fact of, it was a one-sided open relationship. He did what he wanted, and his wife just got in where she fit in. Do you see what I'm saying? He was not the most faithful or the most reserved or discreet about his indiscretions. And so that's what I mean. I don't mean that he was like, had girls on Sunset Boulevard working. But my whole point is, Snoop reminds me of someone that really doesn't know how to treat generational wealth. The fact that you are up here and you somehow think that your daughter needs to struggle and work and survive. The fact that you think that your daughter, the heir, right? The heir to your throne deserves a Toyota Camry. She needs to work. Oh, my mom didn't give me anything. It's kind of like part of generational wealth is not just you accumulating the money. It's so your whole family can make a come up. It's so your children never have to worry about anything. And the fact that you are basically raising your children the way you were raised, you're pretty much guaranteeing that the same generational curses as far as what they think they achieve are going to be kind of like recycled. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit was Snoop. And I agree with everybody, and I agree with my own point. Obviously, you cannot grow up in a thing where everybody tells you that you are not the standard of beauty, that you are not worthy, that you are not ada, and think that everything. Pamela, I'm going to go live at 11 a.m. to do tarot card readings. I'll see you then, but thank you, Pamela. Yeah, you should be living like Lori Harvey and other trust fund kids. You see Lori Harvey. Steve Harvey knew what he was doing, right? Yeah, exactly. Danielle said, Gillette, exactly. And therapy taught her how. Exactly. Sorry, guys. You have to, right? It's colorism that truly hurts. But that's the sad part, because there's another side of colorism. I grew up in an all-white community, right? I think until I was in third grade, there was maybe me and my family, we had a big family. We're the only Black people there. That's the funny thing about colorism. It really is internal, right? Because when we go out in the world, I could be standing next to Naomi Campbell. Guess what? We're still ninjas. People that are colorists somehow think that when you go out into the world, somebody lighter skin or brown skin accepted more. No, we're all the same. They call the police on all of us. It really doesn't matter. That's why colorism is so sick, because it's like we're doing this to ourselves. We're doing this to ourselves. And it's sick when you think about it, because this is a disconnect. Can you guys help me with it? If y'all were raised by people, if you were raised by your mom, why does it disgust you to have a woman that looks like your mom? Do you know what I'm saying? Why does it disgust you? When I say disgust you, I don't mean like you fall in love. Some people are like, listen, you remind me too much of my mom. I'm going to go the other direction. But I mean to the fact of you're just like, oh, I just don't like Black women. I just don't prefer. And it goes both ways. Why does it go? Colorism is more damaging than racism, I think, because if somebody outside my family hates me, it's messed up, but I can deal with that. But if somebody in my own family hates me, that shit hurts me to my core, right? Yes, all of us, and people don't realize that. And it's because colorism has put this divide where they actually think that people a lighter complexion or dark get treated different, yes, in our own communities, but when it comes to walking to the store, I'm going to get followed just like that girl, well, Giselle might not from far away, but if they hear her talk, they'll be like, Giselle might get followed, right? If she has her daughters with her. And then we go to Naomi Campbell's going to be followed until they figure out what it is. But there is a thing that we need to ask ourselves. If your mom looks like that, why do you have so much disgust to the parent that stayed, to the mom, right? Exactly, Meg. That's exactly what Snoop should have been spoiling her down. But instead, he set the stage for her to believe she's not worth anything and set it up for another guy to come in and let her know she's not worth anything. And he's doing her a favor by being it. Probably quiet as is kept what Snoop did to his wife. Probably, right? Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Listen, the girl's gorgeous. The girl's gorgeous. But at the end of the day, and we've all been there, if you don't believe your worth, who else? Who else is going to do it? Who else? That's the thing. When you don't believe you're anything, you always get someone that's just like, and I absolutely agree, you are not worth anything. That's why sometimes people walk in and we're just like, how did they do that? Who even thinks? Why is that? Because they think that they're worth something. But I don't know. It's just something weird. It's like even the way our culture, right? When we were wearing like colored weaves, ew, that's nasty. The Kardashians do it, it's beautiful. When we were doing cornrows, oh, that's so hood, you look like a little boy. When Kim Kardashian does it, oh, it's so sexy. When we are in sleep bonnets, that's ghetto, you can't come to your kid's school. But then when white girl does, it's cool and it's trendy. And I'm not shading anybody that's non-black, that's not it. This is reserved for our own community. How come we do not see the value? How come we do not see the beauty? How come we do not see what the world sees is so special about us? How come? How come? How come? How come? And honestly, I was on Twitter and they were like, oh, when are black men gonna stop? Man, fuck, excuse me. I'm trying to make sure that my live doesn't get demonetized, right? When are we actually going to actually see our own value? Go with who loves you. Go with who wants you. Again, to everybody that is non-black listening to this, don't take anything I'm saying with a grain of salt because it's a very nuanced conversation. But to the black people that I'm saying this to, y'all understand the layers. Again, don't go quoting me if you're non-black listening to this because I'm skipping over a lot of nuance, right? I'm skipping over a lot of nuance. But the people that are black, you guys know exactly the layers I'm talking about and the layers that we actually need to, right? Listen, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not by chance. I'm not saying, but if you think that a cop, and I speak from this with some of my brothers are lighter, some of them are darker. If you think a cop has a thing and they see a black person, if they can identify you as non-white, like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, it's growing up in an all-white community. They don't care. You can get rid of everybody that's darker than a paper bag. And guess what? Racism will still exist. When in the world did house slaves ever get invited to sit at the table with master? True, if you're in the field, it looked better that you were in the house, but you didn't know that the people in the house were getting raped, beat up, sodomized, killed, used as nothing but labor pools. Why is there a divide that you don't see that racism has all affected all of us in very, very deep and sick ways? And the fact that from the outside looking in, right? It's like have you ever heard about narcissist parents? It's like being a favorite of a narcissist parent, right? Two kids, they both have a narcissistic parent. The kid that is not the favored will be treated like trash. And they'll be like, oh, my mom or dad always treated them like they were the princess and put them on a pedestal and this and that. But you don't see what's going on with the kid that's closest to the parent, that is just as abused, just as ripped apart, just as dehumanized. It's just in a maybe to you, it might seem better, but you're not living it. Do you see what I'm saying? So, C. Brown, I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying that but I am saying that even in the corporate field, light-skinned black, dark-skinned black, brown-skinned black, all they see is black. All they see is, are you connected to your culture? Are you proud of your culture? And if you are connected to your culture, and if you are proud of your culture, you are person non grata, you know? That's an example I'm giving. And that's the crux with racism. Walking to the store, light-skinned black people, dark-skinned, they follow them around anyway, you know? Yeah, it's the grass is greener debate. And again, I'm not taking away from anybody's pain. Everybody's pain is their own, and everybody's pain is very, very real, right? Yes, exactly. But nonetheless, they weren't going into the field, grabbing women and raping them. Do you see? And let me stop before my live gets shut down. But you get what I'm saying. The trade-off, but that's the thing. I don't think that we should even get into oppression Olympics. It all sucks. It's all bad. That's why we need to heal. And honestly, this division that they give, there's actually been books written about it. They did the same thing that they did in India. The preference that you see lighter people getting, it's all fake. They did that to do a divide and conquer. They did that to do a divide and conquer. So you might be out in the field starving, right? And somebody gives somebody light skin a piece of cornbread, right? Never mind the cornbread has maggots in it and they spit on it and they get raped after that. But you're just like, damn, well, they get food. And it created this thing. It literally was divide and conquer. And it's sad that so many years have passed that we have not had this collective talk in our community and face some hard truths. Again, colorism is real, but I feel like it comes from our people, right? Yes, exactly, Anisha. It only comes when you focus on the real pressure. And get this, colorism is real, but the horrible effects of colorism are given and delivered by our own people. I know for a fact, I've been around them, right? People that gloat and delight because they think because they have lighter skin that they're better than people that have darker skin. I know for a fact. I've seen it in college, right? I moved away from them like, you guys have a mental problem, right? But I noticed that the biggest portrayers of colorism are ones that didn't grow up around white people, because the fact that you even think there's these nuances where they're just like, all I see is a ninja. I don't know what you're talking about, right? A racist white person is not going to be like, well, hold on. No, they're going to be like, all I see is whatever, right? Yeah, it's a pathology of the oppressed. It's eventually oppressed does it. Yeah, exactly. Eventually does the oppressor's job. But just like I'm on Twitter and I hear people of brown and dark skin being like, oh, you're not really black. You're like even Meghan Markle. Listen, we all know from the American gene pool, every black person, if you were actually descendant of slaves, you at least have 25% white in you. I don't care if you are dark as blue under moonlight, you have at least 25% white. Most black people have between 25 and 47% white, regardless of their complexion. It is what it is from slavery, it is what it is, right? The fact that you look at somebody like Meghan Markle, you know, her mom is black, she claims black, and everybody's just like, she's not really black, even though she's just like, no, I am black, it's part of my thing. But now this whole thing of saying that biracial people are not really black, okay, fine, you can say that if you want, you might be overseas, I know, right? Yes, exactly, Jackie, exactly, you have 20% European ancestry, it is what it is. But the fact that there are even people on Twitter saying that if you have two black parents and you're lighter than a paper bag, that you're not really black. It's really weird. I feel like a lot of it, no, okay, well, Hillary, Meghan might not be the best example. She says she's mixed, but she also says that I am a mixed woman and I have black race, and she stands in her black culture, and people at her wedding were like, oh my God, she's putting on. Meghan is mixed. She's not the best example. But let's talk about like the way some people say Beyonce's not really black. Beyonce's not black. Why? I feel like a lot of it has to do also with, if you're not native black American, right? Exactly, little baby. Anybody that's grew up around white people knows you're not treated the same. Everybody knows, right? Yeah, it's weird. Like Mariah Carey, but they're now trying to take blackness away from people that are just light-skinned. And it's just like, we're moving in the wrong direction, people. Can we have class solidarity? Everybody doesn't have to fall for us to be on top. We can have some damn solidarity, right? Yeah, okay, so Meghan's not the best example. I take Meghan off the table. But the thing is, she doesn't hide being mixed. She's not ashamed of being black. Her mom was right there at the royal wedding. And trust me and believe, if they had had their case, her mom wouldn't have been any place around. She had her mom at the baby shower. Meghan had her black church preaching. Meghan is not ashamed of the fact that she is half black, right? But back to the point, right? Oh, 23andMe Twitter, is that what it's called? I didn't know that's what it's called. Every time I'm on there, I'm like, y'all, let me unfollow. Y'all are crazy. I think mixed people should identify as mixed. This is why. I think mixed people should identify as whatever they want. Because Doja Cat is black. And at least and Doja Cat has like, what, 4C hair? So it's like, Doja Cat's black. Anyway, you can't tell me. But my whole point is, I do feel like sometimes it's people that are not native black American that don't understand. Because I feel like overseas, whenever you go overseas, it's very much like, you are white, you are black. Where are you from? oh, well, I might live in Switzerland, but my family is from Nigeria, right? They don't understand that in America, yeah, Doja, I do love Doja, right? They don't understand in America that the race pool is so mixed up. Most white people have black in them too, African in them too, you know? Yeah, you know what? I think that there's nothing wrong with identifying as biracial, but I do think that actually comes from an offshoot of colorism. The way of saying that if you say, no, but I'm half white, that you're trying to grasp and you're trying to reach and you're trying to transcend. Again, this is something in colorism, but I do believe it literally is some divide and conquer mess. I believe it's some divide and conquer mess. Let's see what else is going on in the news, right? Let's get some funny stuff out there. Because the speaking of Meghan Markle, did you see Prince Harry on the OWN network taking up for his woman, saying, y'all already killed my mom, you're not killing my wife. I'm not gonna be looking at Archie feeding him biscuits and tea while Meghan is 10 feet under. Yo, I will say something about Harry, right? Oh no, let's talk about the Potomac trailer. I actually did a reaction video on that too, but let's talk about it since y'all here, right? The reaction video is going up right about here. So if you're watching on playback, the reaction video is probably up. What do y'all think about the Potomac thing? First of all, I believe that Wendy and Eddie, that's a storyline. I don't believe he's cheating. And I think even the beef between her and Giselle, I think is stupid. I think the producers are trying to get drama because honestly, her and Eddie, if you look at it, are saying the exact same lines that Karen and Ray were saying the season before. Which makes me wonder, were Karen and Ray really having marital problems? I mean it. Were they, or was it all storyline? I know Ray said some stuff to hurt her feelings, but I'm not sure that it was actually a story. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's a storyline? Because I do, right? And can I say something about Mia? The fact that somebody disrespects you, Mia literally, yes, Latasha, Ginger King Harry, yo, and you can tell Harry is on some Daenerys shit, like burn it all, break this damn will. He wants to see that fall. He sees what it did to his mother, and when he got absorbed into the system and thought he was going to be happy, they tried to do the same to his wife. He's like, burn it down now. Yeah, you know what, Alex? What's up, Alex Q? I don't know if they have real storylines either. I know Ashley is still crying about damn Michael. Girl, we know. He's a mess. He disrespects you, and then you come back and says he's better than ever. And you keep having kids with them, so please stop. But that Candace thing, Mia picked up Caesar salad with her hands and threw it at someone. I don't know why I felt that was so disgusting. Not chips, not cookies, not crackers. But not even that. Candace was talking to her and she picked it up and threw. Mia's just trying to have a moment. The producers prepped her. And because of this thing with Monique, yes, Caesar salad. It was disgusting. I was just like, you picked up wet salad and threw it at somebody? It was just disgusting. And not even that. There were other things around to pick up. I think there was chips or something. And what's up, Cocoa Bean? What's up, Cocoa Bean? There was other things and she picked up the salad and she threw it. And I was just like, yeah, I want to see Karen read them too. You know, here's the thing. Karen is, and here's the thing about Giselle. Giselle gets on my nerves, but she's right about everyone. She has that Virgo discernment. Karen is a hypocrite. She's a big liar. She's a big phony. That said, I love Karen Huger, right? Yes, don't play with food in front of me. It's just nasty, right? Yeah, Mia was trying to have a moment, and she did it to get the Monique energy without actually putting her hands on someone, you know? And even the way she flipped her hair and walked away, and I was just like, Mia, girl, whatever. Maybe she'll grow on, right? And she reminds me a bit of putting on airs doing this, but again, that just might be what she's doing, right? Good morning. Who said good morning? What's up, Shelby? Yes. Who touches wet salad? Ew. But anyway, but Candace, I don't know. I don't think Candace, from the trailer, what did Candace do? If anything, it makes other people look crazy. Like, Candace is 3 apples tall, 80 pounds, and the producers already said have a moment because it's going to create that tension. So we'll see, right? Karen is a liar, but that said, I still love her. You know why I have grace for Carol? Why I have grace for Karen? Because when her mom had dementia or Alzheimer and her dad, and they died within 6 months of each other, and Ray wasn't being her rock because he was going through all those tax problems, and Karen was literally pushed to her limit, right? Robin, Giselle, and Ashley delighted in that shit. Delighted in it. And I can see now where any other time I'd be like, Karen, you're doing too much. But I see where that, like, she really does hate Giselle's guts. And I see why she hates, Giselle's guts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Leslie, you're not a Candace fan. Listen, I like Candace. I do. You know why I like Candace? Because I love the way she gets in Ashley's butt. I like the way she does not hold back, right? When Ashley was obsessed with her, that's what made me hate Ashley and love Karen. I felt so bad for her too. Mia is pulling a Drew with Candace, trying to argue. Yes, exactly. Yes. Jackie F. I love Karen. She's generally proud. No, Karen seems like a hoot, right? But that's the thing about reality TV. Lots of these people, like Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly seems like a hoot to go out, have a drink, kiki it up. But am I letting you in my inner circle? No. I tell you my business? No, you're too messy. You're too jealous. You're too petty. The things that would make Heavenly a bad friend make her really good TV. You see what I'm saying? You know what? I think it's a Virgo thing. Giselle's life is a self-drag. However, Giselle's never wrong when she says stuff about people. She was right about Monique. Robin, too, was right about Monique. She's right about Monique. She was right about Ashley. She was right about Karen. They were right, right? The lettuce toss was weird, right? I like Candace, too. Candace is actually super loyal. Candace forgot she was on reality TV and around a bunch of fake people. The weird thing is, had Monique not try to align with Giselle, because Monique doesn't have that good discernment. She's really crafty, but she doesn't have tools of discernment, right? Had Monique not aligned with Candace, had Monique aligned with Candace, they could have really had her, Karen, and Monique. Karen really surprised me when she tried to get Candace fired. That was some low down stuff. And that's when I was just like, yeah, just how Karen cannot forgive Giselle, right? Monique is slow. There's something really wrong with her. Like, I do believe she's a narcissist, but she's not an intelligent one. That's probably what's stopping her from being the next Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Yo, Monique probably has a binder time. Twiddle me dumb, twiddle me tea. Who has the tea, right? Monique is probably trying to make, did y'all see the second binder time where she was talking? Let me get my binder. She was talking and she started rapping. Yeah, what's good? Huh. And then the thing with the princess, she started pop locking on stage. And I was like, Monique, if you don't go sit down. Yeah, when she turned on Candace, but that's the thing. Just like you can't forgive Giselle, and I agree, Karen, you need to have that same energy and understand why Candace will never, ever, ever, ever be cool with her, right? But I think that Karen is a social climber and she is an opportunist. I love her. She's good TV, but I do believe she's a social climber. I believe she's an opportunist, and she thought Monique would be a better look than Candace, you know? Yes, Monique watched it 300 times. Yes. Yo, I know, I do think that she thought that the Monique would be a smarter alliance, and that was stupid, right? That was stupid. And probably Mia is on Karen's side. But Mia is coming. She is giving Drew energy. Even her like, my name's Mia. Mia, you don't talk like that in real life, you know? It seems like she's always playing a role, which good for her, but I'm going to see how organic it comes. And I noticed that Robin got with Mia, too. And that's the thing with Robin. Y'all can say what? Yeah, I think Monique was fired. Robin, y'all can talk about Robin, but I'll say one thing. She doesn't always stand by Giselle. Now, she agrees with a lot of shit Giselle does, but when she thinks Giselle's wrong, she literally takes herself out of it. The way Maya got with y'all. Can we talk about Robin's hair? I'm going to say something, and it might be controversial. Mia is the new girl. I'm going to say something, right? Yes, I agree. But Robin's braids, right? I didn't like Monique's injectables either. And I didn't know that Monique is anorexic too. Monique has this, let me stop, allegedly. I don't know. Let me stop saying that. I take that back. I don't know if that's true, right? Yeah, but that's the thing. Leslie, it's not about who needs, that's the thing people start saying. You don't need money. True. Nobody got rich off of reality TV. Everybody has to go. Mia doesn't want the money. Mia needs the fame. Because if Mia didn't need the fame, she wouldn't be on there. You know? Those struggle braids, when I saw that, I said, Robin, I hope you did that while you were depressed, because whoever braided your hair is not your friend, doesn't like you. And the fact that Giselle let you film like that, I would have been like, girl, I would have pulled out a headband or a scarf and been like, let's just do like, you know, like a Bruja effect. I would have tried to hook you up some way and be like, please cover those braids up. Mia doesn't need the money, but nobody on reality TV, well, some people do, but you go on reality TV for the fame. You go from the notoriety, right? No, Mia's the new girl, Vanity's Mirror. No. Mia's the new girl. That's her name. Monique's gone. But you go for notoriety. You go for the fame. You go because it's going to expand your profile and you're going to be famous. You can't sing like Beyonce. You know how to get $1. How's the thing that famous? Real Housewives of Potomac. That's why you go on these reality shows. Now, she's smart. She's using it to expand her kingdom, right? Just like Simon's using Porsha to expand the kingdom, but Mia wants to be famous, right? Oh, is Robin and Aries? I have to do a reading. I actually am going to do a tarot card reading for all their relationships, right? Yeah, I mean, they needed somebody to mix it up. And also, Karen was on an island. Ashley doesn't mess with Karen like that because Karen always came for Ashley from the beginning. She looked down on Ashley. She just thought Ashley was street trash, right? So Ashley never appreciated that because she's very, very sensitive for people thinking that she's street trash. Candace doesn't mess with Karen at all. And you know Giselle and Robin don't. So they need it. And Wendy is like neutral. But when it comes to it, I feel like Wendy is very loyal to Candace for whatever reason, or she gets her. So you see what I'm saying? Candace doesn't really have an alliance. Karen doesn't really have an alliance. So that's why they brought Mia on. They needed somebody to play with Candace, right? Yo, that's a funny thing, right? Jackie, people... Juan and Robin are each other's beards. But what beards be so sad? Because Robin really do be going through it when it comes to Juan. Yo. You said you look down on Ashley. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it when she protects Michael either, because Michael actually is a predator, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all fun and games to protect your cheating husband, but your perpetrator? No. No, they were never good. It was literally a link up. Monique bought them both together and now she doesn't have that. I will say I agree with you when it comes to a lot of stuff. It's like, yeah, Karen was dead wrong. Yeah, but I don't think she thought she was digging a hole. All the producers say different things to the girls. Karen and Monique thought they were being strategic, and they thought they were going to push Candace off, and they thought they were going to get rid of Giselle. They really honestly did, right? Yeah, she is a social climber, and Ashley's been through a lot. Ashley was not good with any of them. She can't stand any of the ladies. And honestly enough, when Michael's saying his casually racist shit, Ashley is right there agreeing with them. I think Ashley likes her proximity to whiteness. I think she likes the fact that her kids look like they're from a sundown town, you know? Yeah. Listen, I don't mind Ashley. I think she's great TV, but we're talking about like the things that we've seen on personality. Ashley's great TV. Karen's great TV. Wendy, I don't believe the cheating rumors at all, right? Carrie Line, the storyline writer. Yeah, no, but I'm telling you, last season, even the way she wrote that email to the network that sets to get Candace fired, they really thought that they were running stuff. Again, when you have good producers, they're in your ear being like, yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen. It was only afterwards when the smoke cleared that she was like, yo. And I don't think that she thought that Monique was going to get fired, you know? Yeah, listen, I just think that she likes that proximity. I really honestly do, because some of the stuff that Michael said, if Ashley wasn't standing right by him, it would be like, And honestly, Ashley, is she Latina? Does she identify as black? Even her mom? Does her mom identify as black? Or are they Latina? I don't know why I thought Ashley's mom was Latina. No, they don't get extra money if they get somebody fired. But I see because here's the thing. Me and you are talking about it like, listen, let's go on reality TV. You act like you hate me. I act like I hate you. And let's make this money. But I think their egos get the best of them. They don't get extra if they get somebody fired. But their star rises because at the end of the day, they want to be the center peach holder. It's odd that Candace is actually the center peach holder. And y'all can say what you want about Candace not liking her. But since Candace came on, she always brings the storyline. She's always in the show. And say what you want, like you said about Chris being her manager, right? Oh, okay, it's cool. So she does identify as black. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. There's something going on with Ashley, right? Okay. Oh, I didn't know she was black. I don't know why I thought Sheila looked like she was Latina. I didn't know that. Okay, I stand corrected. So Ashley's black, but she's still her husband still strikes me as casually racist, right? You really think that he's cheating on her? I don't know about that. Candace stays busy. She picked up. What's up, B? What's going on, Mama? Thank you so much for the gift. Yo, I will say, everybody, B's arrived. I will say that I think that, like, yeah, listen, she picked the right woman for her husband because she stays booked and busy. So we know what is going on with that. You guys, make sure you watch my reaction trailer, right? Well, you know what, Tiffany? Let's talk about this. Why can't Wendy weaponize her education? Because Ashley can weaponize, my husband's Michael Darby. He's worth millions, right? Karen can weaponize, I'm married to, everybody say hi to B. I'm married to the Black Bill Gates. And darling, I run Potomac Society. We're rich. Giselle can recognize I was the first lady. Everybody else can weaponize their money. And they weaponize it and use it against Robin to call her broke all the time. So why? And they weaponize who they're married to, who they were chosen by. So if you can weaponize that, then why can't I weaponize my degrees that I worked for? Now, it'd be different if everybody was just like, oh, we don't talk about money. We don't talk about that, right? Yeah, but why can't you weaponize the degrees? Because you work for it and it is an accomplishment. Just like marrying Michael Darby is an accomplishment. Just like why can they weaponize being married, but she can't weaponize her degrees? Listen, if you have 1, 2, 3, or 12 degrees, if I can weaponize being chosen as a wife, why can you not weaponize your degrees? Why do it? And this is like feeding in my mind, not saying you're doing it, but in my mind, a lot of people do that, right? Listen, it is pretentious. It is annoying, but so is saying, is Jamal coming? That's annoying to me too. Literally judging a woman by whether a no good man, whether you were able to change a no good man, I find presumptuous. Telling me that you're someone because your husband is worth 20 million, I find presumption. I don't care if Michael Darby's worth 50 billion. He's a piece of trash, right? I don't care if Jamal married you. I don't care if you married Ray. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Again, it was presumptuous. It was arrogant. It was like, are you kidding me? But they all do stuff. But why all the anger for the fact of a woman being like, and I got 4 degrees, and what? And what? Because basically all she was saying is, I'm more educated than you. Why did that hurt everyone? But everybody was fine with Monique going in on Giselle because Jamal wasn't sitting next to her. Everybody was fine with Monique being like, Chris has money. We don't need those little checks. And it's true. But if you can brag about how much your husband has, right? Why can't I brag about how much education I have? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. And I believe this to be true on God's green earth. So I don't really think that Wendy is annoying like that. And honestly, it's about time as women that we're just like, listen, it's presumptuous, yeah, but this is a presumption show. Yeah, you know what, Kyra? It's so funny you say that. I look at all the villains, right? I look at all the villains, and on every Black Real Housewives show, Kenya, beautiful, funny, bright. Everybody says you're a sweetheart, super smart, dark skin. Candace, and now Wendy. And the way people demonize her, I am starting to think it's a little colorism there, where people like, oh, she's aggressive, she's hostile, she's this, she's that. But again, I feel like the colorism comes from our own people, and then other people pick up those talking points, right? What? Yeah, I agree. Wait, what are we talking about? Well, I mean, they're all villains, but I have my favorite villains, right? Michael has done a lot of racist things in my mind. Even the way when he's like, shut up, I'm talking to you. The way he treats those women, the way it could be his arrogance, it could be his money, right? But even being I don't know about the bedouin thing. I don't. I mean, I know what you guys are referring to, but I'm just talking about the whole thing about, I'm going to talk about my 4 degrees. I earned them. Just like, why can Monique talk about her 4 houses, but Wendy can't talk about her 4 degrees? Am I missing something? Because quiet as kept, they probably paid the same for each degree. Like Wendy got loans taking her thing out, you know? So, and then they tried to shame her for getting student loans. And I was like, all my degrees are from student loans. Girl, quiet as kept, I want this YouTube money to pay down the debt. But my whole point is, I was like, that is the American dream. You go into debt to accumulate degrees. And I'm not just saying that because I have degrees too. It is presumptuous to throw that in. But when somebody is trying to check you and trying to talk to you like you're nothing, and the way she was like, oh, my husband's a very busy businessman, he's making deals. And Wendy was like, my husband, no, but he owns his own business. Ashley was trying to throw her. Why does everybody give Ashley so many passes? Yes, 4 houses, 4 degrees, there's zero difference. You both paid for them, you earned them. What's the big deal? Like, what's the big deal? I just don't understand how. I don't understand how, like, Ashley gets so much. I never understand why Ashley gets so many free passes, why people completely overlook the messed up things she's done, the messed up things she said, right? Yeah. Can someone tell me, is it because she's light-skinned? I don't know about that. There's just something that Ashley has. Maybe because Ashley's a Gemini, and Geminis are always able to swim in and out of messages. I really don't know. But she always gets out of mess when, like, honestly, she should even, yeah. What did Wendy do? Wait, what did Wendy do last season? I actually like the way that Wendy took up for Candace. I actually like the way she called Monique on the bullshit. I actually remember when Karen tried to get Wendy kicked off, saying she didn't fit in. When you look at Wendy, she doesn't match the other ladies. I gave Karen the benefit of the doubt, but I was like, me thinks this smacks of colorism. How doesn't Wendy match? She's successful. She has a beautiful family. How doesn't Wendy match? No, seriously, why doesn't Wendy match Karen? Truth be told, I think Karen's intimidated by Wendy. You know, because here's the thing. Karen's beautiful. Karen has the spirit of an entrepreneur. Karen is a hustler. I'm a hustler, baby. She's a hustler. But I do think that for whatever reason, her insecurity is the fact that she was not formally educated. I don't think it makes a difference because people go to school to learn what Karen knows naturally. But it's not about what Karen feels about, what people think about Karen. It's about what Karen feels about herself. I feel like Karen always felt some type of way for not having formal education and for marrying Ray. And when Wendy's around her, she feels intimidated by Wendy, right? So I think when Bravo did the paper bag test, to be honest with you, I know people have told me I'm wrong about the DMV, Jack and Jill, but Karen was the head of the Jack and Jill. And I do know in most enclaves of Black success, there are pockets where it's a bunch of light-skinned people marrying light-skinned people. Let's be real. I mean, y'all can be like, but that's what they do. Because it's impossible that everybody in your whole generation, everybody in Karen's whole generation is light-skinned. Y'all married light-skinned on purpose. It's almost impossible in this day and age to marry someone. And when I say just one person, no. But if you have a huge family, nobody in the family thought a brown-skinned or a dark-skinned guy or girl was attractive. What are the odds of that? Come on, we're all Black. We all know how love makes things happen, you know? So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Cocoa Bean. Everybody was like, no, not in the DMV. And I'm like, okay, I don't live in the DMV, so I'll let that go. But I know in the Northeast, yeah, it's a real thing. And I was just like, really? Now, Jack and Jills are so all-inclusive. It's just like, whatever. No, I see what you're saying, Hillary. But honestly, Karen was just trying to discredit her. Wendy called the shade and she's out. You're right. Wendy is not a doctor. She is not a medical doctor. But to Wendy's point, if I say I'm a doctor, I actually am a doctor. So you call me Dr. Wendy. Because technically you are supposed to call P. It was shade, but Wendy was right, you know? But you know what, Tiffany? I see what you're saying about getting that education because of your mom and your culture. But I'll be honest with me. If it wasn't for trying to make my mom proud and doing the things that my mom thought were important, I wouldn't have gone to college either. I wouldn't. I'd probably be somebody's wife right now. I might even be on Housewives. But I'm being serious. To say that your culture forced you to do something, that's almost everybody I know professionally. Unless somebody's in a creative field, I don't know anybody that actually was like, oh my God, since I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. No, you were a doctor because your parents were doctors and they told you. Getting educated is this thing between peer pressure, what society expects, and then what you want. But just because it's what her mom wanted doesn't mean that she's not smart, she's not capable, and she's not a hustler. To actually get your PhD while you're pregnant, you see what I'm saying? It's like, you're right, but it doesn't take away from her things. That's like saying, like, I feel like, you know, Jeff Bezos started Amazon because he wanted to prove his father wrong. Okay, you might be right. Or because his father was, okay, but you still built an empire. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Wait, what is this? It is damaging and it is narcissistic. And listen, we're not talking about whether things are right or wrong. I'm just saying that she did it. And if Monique can brag about houses she bought with her husband's money, and if, hey, Busy Blue, what's going up? Oh, what's up, Alexis? How you doing, Miss Wiggins? Okay, I'll start reading which comments I'm responding. And for now, I'm only responding to people that send me super chats. Let me do my Kevin Samuels. I'm doing Kevin Samuels until I get some super chats. So listen, I'm responding to the fact of Hillary said, Kara said people went up from Monique living her lifestyle. Listen, hold on, guys. Actually, you know what? I got to end this live. I'll talk to you later. Bye.